You were taught something very early in life. Be kind, be understanding, be patient, be there for others. And you tried. You really did. You showed up when you were tired. You listened when you needed to be heard. You stayed quiet when something inside you was screaming. And slowly, without even noticing, you began to disappear. Here's the truth no one says out loud. You can give everything to everyone and still feel empty. Not because you're weak, but because you forgot one simple thing. You were never meant to abandon yourself to be loved. Choosing yourself first is not selfish. Selfish is taking from others. Choosing yourself is stopping the act of giving what you no longer have. You don't owe the world your exhaustion. You don't owe anyone silence when something hurts. You don't owe anyone access to your peace. Somewhere along the way, you learned that being good meant being smaller, less demanding, less honest, less you. But look at your life carefully. How many times did you say yes while your body said no? How many times did you stay because leaving felt wrong? How many times did you shrink just to keep the peace? Choosing yourself first doesn't mean walking away from everyone. It means walking back to yourself. It means asking one quiet question before every decision. Is this costing me my peace? And if the answer is yes, you are allowed to stop. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to change your mind. You are allowed to choose differently now. You don't need permission to protect your energy. You don't need approval to grow. And you don't need to explain why you're finally choosing yourself. The people who truly care about you will not ask you to disappear for them. They will meet you where you stand. Choosing yourself first feels uncomfortable at first because guilt shows up, because fear whispers, because the old version of you tries to pull you back. But peace comes after that. Clarity comes after that. A quiet strength that says, I will no longer abandon myself to be accepted. You don't need to become someone new. You just need to stop leaving who you already are. So today, before you give your time, your energy, your love, pause. Look at yourself and choose yourself first. Not because you matter more than others, but because you matter too. And that changes everything.